Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are leading the polls heading into the Iowa Caucuses, which begin later today. The first in the nation race for the Democrats could propel a candidate forward in what's been a diverse field with no clear runner. Joining us live now from Iowa City is our political reporter Annalise Nielsen. Annalise, great to see you. Candidates are quiet today ahead of the caucus.
It is a bit unusual this last day. They aren't really hitting the ground like they have been in the last year. Up to 3,000 events right here in Iowa trying to convince people to come out and caucus for them. But today, three of the main frontrunners are in Washington. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar as part of the impeachment trial. The other leading candidates seem to be holding back as well. The last major events were those Super Bowl parties last night. But there's plenty of chatter on social media, plenty of people out trying to convince others to make sure they caucus tonight, because this really is the first big test for these Democratic candidates. The field's winnowed down from 24 to just 11, 7 major candidates really to be taken seriously. But as the saying goes, it's 3 tickets out of Iowa for those who want to make it to the very end of the race. Now, it has proven in the past that if you don't make the top 3 in Iowa, you basically have no chance of being the candidate in the end, John McCain being really the only notable exception. And that's something that a lot of these candidates are obviously taking really seriously. What's interesting tonight at these events right across the state, there's going to be 1,600 polling areas for different caucus events. At those events, we're going to get 3 different results. Not just the delegate numbers of who's going to get the most delegates out of Iowa to go towards that Democratic convention later in the year, but also the raw data. So there's a lot of opportunity for those candidates to be able to say, look, I didn't win the most delegates. It's only 41 out of 1,991 that they do need to claim victory at the convention. But they can say, look, I had a lot of support from regional Iowa, from rural people, from farmers, because it is broken down that much geographically across the state. So there'll be plenty of action to watch later today. It starts at 7 o'clock here in Iowa, around lunchtime in Australia, and of course we'll have all the coverage for you right here on Sky News.
Annalise, you cannot get enough politics, can you? Here in Australia, over there in the US. Thanks so much for your time. We'll speak soon.